In this video, I want to talk about how the Jupiter 80 organizes its sound data. And I want to focus on what registrations mean in the Jupiter 80, what's contained in a registration, which are live sets, and then what makes up a live set. Now, the Jupiter 80 organizes all of its performance data into something called a registration. And you can think of a registration if, let's say, you come from the Phantom G series. The Phantom G series has a live mode, and in the live mode, each live set contains multiple parts with their own multi-effects and then performance parameters associated with that live set. In the Jupiter 80, a registration consists of 4 individual live sets. And each of those live sets can be organized across the keyboard any way you'd like. And then within each live set, each of them contain their own discrete number of sounds and then their own grouping of multi-effects and performance parameters. Let's talk about live sets for a second. There's a plethora of just preset live set data inside the Jupiter itself. And if you look in this list, this is our live set list. And this is where all of the live sets are organized. They're all organized by different category. If we turn our scroll wheel, we can see the Jupiter has literally thousands of live sets available. Right out of the box, you have over 2,300 individual live sets. And then the live set itself is comprised of individual sounds. And in the case of this upper live set, this is comprised of 4 separate tones. You'll see supernatural acoustic, supernatural synth, side by side in this live set. Your live sets are organized within the registrations. And the way registrations are accessed are either by the scroll wheel or the registration buttons, which reside along the bottom of the Jupiter 80. And the Jupiter 80 has a total of registrations available to you at any given time, 256. And the way that number comes about is as follows. If you look in the display, you'll notice that there are 8 banks of registrations. And then each bank is subdivided into an A grouping, a B grouping, a C grouping, and a D grouping. So A, B, C, and D. And you'll notice that within each grouping, there are 8 registrations. You can access the groupings, as I mentioned, from the front panel of the Jupiter 80. And it's very, very simple to do. From the front panel, all we have to do is, if we go to our next button, that scrolls us through each individual bank. Then, within that bank, we can access the different groupings. If I want to choose B, I choose B1, and now I'm in the 8th bank, the B grouping, and the first registration in that. If I want to get to the C grouping, I press C, and then whichever registration I want to choose within that. So the registration buttons make it very, very easy to access registrations when you're playing. You can be playing on the keyboard and then simply come down with your thumb and choose a sound. You can be another place on the keyboard, come down with your thumb, choose a different registration. It's very fast. And the Jupiter 80 itself also has patch remain, so switching the different registrations, everything sounds seamless.